Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jez7780 and another episode of What Grinds My Gears. This will be episode 16, Plumber's Crack. So, having a cup of coffee, want to do something live. I noticed some stuff went down. It was yesterday afternoon, around yesterday afternoon. And then this morning, the media's running wild. Crackdown 3, sources say, is delayed to 2019. All right. We kind of, I know that Crackdown 3 had, I think it was like a last week of my last episode. I was saying how the silence from Microsoft on Crackdown and Greenberg going that, there was all rumors of cancellations. There were rumors that it was going to get delayed, and then there was, and then basically like Greenberg didn't even confirm any of that stuff. He was just like, no, our teams are working on it, and then somebody was saying, no, it's not canceled. Like it's, I'm gonna put it on my dev kit or something like that, and this Crackdown 3 thing and the whole Microsoft Game Studios thing. I my opinion of it, and I'm not going to trash on the crackdowns. Maybe, I don't know. But my opinion is that Microsoft right now is in a time of transition. They have been transitioning this whole generation. That's why this generation has sucked balls, because they don't know what they are in transition. They had leadership changes, tons of transition. They want to go one way, they go left, they want to go right. It was all about Windows 10, all about Windows 8, and then Windows 8 integration and Windows 10 integration. They are just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And we and amidst all of this is trying to sell us hardware and pretend that they're still interested in gaming. To me, over the last couple of years, I don't care what they have said, but they have failed me. They have failed. And I don't want to hear budgets and, oh, now their money is back, the checkbook is open. Fuck that. The whole issue that Microsoft was willing to cancel studios and shut down studios and cancel games, the fact that gaming has taken a back seat ever throughout this entire generation is a fail. The fact that Microsoft was able to cut funding and just know that they had a gaming console out on the market, a fan base, and to whatever they did to make us in the state that we're in right now without these games, without and dealing with some indie things and services and booty interviews and all this other stuff, they failed. They failed. I don't care if the checkbook is open now. The checkbook should have never been closed. And if the checkbook was ever closed or you had to cut stuff, you failed. You failed your fans. You failed as a console manufacturer. You never give up on the product that you're selling. As soon as you give up, you failed. And I don't give a shit that they're coming back now. Coming back when? Who will be around? The apocalypse has begun. You want a couple of people to keep those green lights on, then fine. Those are the people that probably, lived and breathed Windows from when it was like Windows 3.1. You're never going to lose those people unless you go under as a company and don't exist. But the public opinion, the stuff that you gained, all that stuff, that is going out the window. Your loyalty, your goodwill, it's you're losing it with every single day. And now you're going to come here and say, let's wait. Trust us, wait. You never even stated that there was a problem. When Scalebound was shut down, it was like, no, this is better for you. I'm going to tell you guys a little something. Man, I worked back in Circuit City back in the day. I was in sales, computer sales, and I was over in camera sales. Back when digital cameras were like they were big 4 or 5 megapixel cameras and trying to sell people on that stuff. And it was a funny thing because Circuit City, we would have this joke, me and my friend. They would always tell us stuff's better for me. They'll be like, guys, we're getting rid of this section right here. We're going to start selling sharper image shit in our store. It's better for you. Well, why is it better for me? Guys, you know what? We're not taking sick days. You're not doing sick days anymore. You're not doing vacation. It's all going to be lumped together. It's better for you. And we used to joke. They're going to come in and say, hey, you know those green little slips you get every 2 weeks? Yeah, we're getting rid of those too. It's better for you. And when I heard that was kind of the line that he stated for Scalebound, like this will benefit you guys in the future, I was like, fuck, is this Circuit City again? Because we all know what happened to Circuit City when it was better for you. No, it was better for them, but the PR was like, oh no, this will be a benefit you guys. And what happened? They were cutting costs, they were cutting down stuff, but they didn't want to tell us like, yo, shit's hitting the fan, the ship is sinking. Stick around. I want you to stay. And that's basically what Microsoft has done to us. Over the last 2 years, they've pretended that it's all petunias, sunshine, and roses. But in the background, behind the curtain, it's the fucking apocalypse. And now that apocalypse has come forth, and it has shown us that it's not all peaches and roses over there. It's not. The most powerful console. Excuse me, Far Cry 3 Classic Edition runs the same on the Pro and on the X. It's because people don't want to give the X the fucking amount of time it takes because Microsoft priced it at $500 and it is not selling. They have not focused on market penetration of their hardware, and therefore developers don't want to give it the fucking time of day to develop for it. So it is an outlier. It is a creme de la creme bragging rights. It's like the $2,000 graphics card that sits in your computer and doesn't get utilized, but you got bragging rights. That's all they did was give somebody bragging rights, and just happened to be at the time when the content started rolling out from the competition. So we're left in the state of decay that we've been. Oh my goodness, I gotta go to chat. All these guys in here. I've been ranting and raving. Oh shit, who's this? Smooth. What is he saying? I don't show his thing. Oh, good morning, Vietnam. What's up? And the Vietnam stuff came out. Kid, I gotta watch your video. I heard that it's gonna be really a long time. Oh shit. Smooth. I don't know how to mod people. Man, I'm not that popular around here. Let me see. Oh, here we go. I'll add you, mod. We don't want no racist faces. Misplaced hate. Because of Tupac. I love that, man. My Tupac right there. But yeah. Take care of him, Smooth. Get on that. But anyway, I'm not here. Yeah, it says secure. It's selling fantastic. Yeah. That was my biggest problem. When that thing got announced at $500, I'm like, shit, you just outpriced it from your competition. And Smooth, I think I modded you or something. I give you a moderator thing. Oh, there we go. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just start up this YouTube thing and go on my rants. But anyway, thanks to everybody coming out. I know it's the morning time. Do your morning stretches. But anyway, again, there we go. Gotcha, Smooth. Now you're blue now. Good. So I did it. I did it. But the thing is about this whole thing is that where they should never had the checkbook closed. Whatever happened. And again, I'm not blaming who did that for you, Phil. I'm not blaming him. So King David, wherever you're out there, listen, it's the Satya. It's the Satya Nadella. Uh-oh, Smooth. No. No. I can't. I'm not negative, man. I'm just laying out the truth and my disappointment. That's what it is. It's disappointment, guys. It's not, I'm not here to I don't want them gone. And I've said this so many times before. It is like the fall from grace. They would satisfy. They were good. It was fine. It was all good. I didn't need anything else. They were taking care of me. And now it's like, whoa, you just gave me a fucking switcheroo. And now it's like, what happened? Like, what? There you go. What's up, frogs? I know the morning. It's always in the morning when I'm kind of like, what the fuck? I gotta get on this YouTube thing. So, yeah. So like, that's the thing. It's just so disappointing. And like I said, the checkbook should have never been closed. If you have a product out there, the fact that they were willing to cut costs with gaming shows me that they're not serious about gaming. Like, Sony, guys, at the beginning of this generation, Sony was bankrupt. They were going bankrupt. What was their stock? Their stock was like trash or gutter. What the hell was it? It was garbage. They were done. But they got rid of all their stuff, turned it around, and focused on gaming and invested in gaming and IP. IP is so important. And maybe that is why the Crackdown 3 is delayed, because they realized that, this is IP. But I'm going to tell you my kind of grinds my gears prediction, or just one of those things. My little like crazy theories out there. We used to have them, my crazy theory. So I think that Microsoft is right now in a position of let's wait, because they believe all of us fans, all you guys, are going to wait for them. Or they don't give a shit if you wait or not. But they are patient right now. They are waiting. And I'm telling you why they're waiting is because they got to make sure that there's going to be enough penetration with Game Pass. They got to make sure that every time you hear interviews like Wabuti and Channel Off This and stuff like that, they talk about economics and they talk about like the business of it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The community, the situation. And the thing is that people are going to give excuses for them and trust them. And it's all about trust right now, because it's not about the facts. That's the thing. It's not about what you see. And that's why I react to what I see. I'm not going to create fairy tale stories that they're going to come swinging down from the rafters at E3, sprinkling exclusives to the crowd. I don't believe that. And everything they have been doing leading up to E3, I've been trying to interpret as momentum or what they're going to do. And they have been failing and disappointing at every instance. I had no problem with Dave & Buster's in the arcade, as people think like, oh my God, you're just hating on it. The problem I had, and I mentioned it on my show, was the tease of that. Like, hey, we got some Halo news, and it's an arcade game at Dave & Buster's. It's like, whoa. Or teasing even Master Chief Collection. How the fuck do you have the balls to tease a game that came out 4 years ago and was broken online, and kind of use that as a dangling carrot to fans? Like, we're fixing it now. Fuck. Whoa. What? 343, 500 people. Who the hell knows how many people are there? You're fixing it now? Fucking Halo 5 came out 2 years ago. What were you doing 2 years ago? You didn't think about fixing Master Chief Collection when you bundle it in the fucking Xbox? Guys, you forget, before Halo 5, Master Chief Collection was a bundle. Microsoft has this thing with bundling broken-ass games in their bundles. Like, I look at that PUBG bundle every time I walk in Best Buy, and I'm like, what is it, patch 17? They need to put new stickers on the box going, we're at patch 15, patch 17, patch 16. Like, you put a game in working development preview edition, like an edition. Like, oh yeah. What does it come with? The fucking thumbstick? So you got put updates in it? Like, it's a preview edition. All of a sudden it's a special edition. The hell out of here. There's no edition. It's a game being worked on. And they're trying to sell that. And then they put Master Chief Collection. It was still broken, bundled in the box. But now, 3 years later, They're like, we're fixing it. Let's tease you with announcements. They're recycling old shit to make it carrots above a head because they think people give a fuck. And like I said, it's making the fan base seem like they're dumb. Duh. Well, yeah, we're dumb. And that's where I get kind of insulted, going, I've been a fan. I followed you guys. Like, don't treat me like I'm just some blind person lemming that's gonna walk off a cliff. Because you just show me Master Chief's helmet, and I'm all like you don't disrespect your fan base like that. And I feel like every single one of those Inside Xboxes, that bullshit with State of Decay, mystery room, it's all corny shit. And the thing is that they shouldn't treat their fans as just being blindly accepting of this stuff. And that's where I have the issue with this. And also their silence. Look at this. E3 starts this Sunday, and they got this Crackdown 3 delay. What momentum are they going into Crackdown? Like, what momentum they're going into E3? You got 2 games that released your exclusive games finally after a year of delay of those games being delayed. Because remember, if everybody forgets, last year at this time, we all thought the Scorpio is going to be announced. We all knew that. Scorpio's coming out this holiday. We're going to get State of Decay 2 is going to come out in October. And we're going to have Sea of Thieves probably come out in September with Forza Motorsport 7 and Crackdown 3 in November. Oh, and Lucky's Tales, whatever. Well, at E3 last year, they delayed basically those games. It's Crackdown, State of Decay 2 and Sea of Thieves. They showed with spring release dates. So it's like, oh, okay, that was a subliminal delay because everybody thought that was coming out. Like they were gonna roll those out in the second half of the year. And then the Crackdown 3 showcase, and they pulled some bullshit over our face, going, "Oh, this E3 is the time to make the single player shine." I read right through that bullshit. I'm like, you sold us on the multiplayer. Where is the multiplayer? E3 is huge. You got inside Xbox shows. You got shows after the fact. You have plenty of opportunities to show the multiplayer. Oh, but their excuse was like, oh, this is the opportunity for the single player to shine. Get the fuck out of here. There was something up. And when I said there was something up, people were like, oh no, wait to Gamescom. Gamescom is gonna be the blah. Even Phil Spencer himself was like, oh, Gamescom. And people thought the multiplayer was gonna be revealed at Gamescom. Well, they showed that trash over at Comic-Con. It got laughed off the stage. And then a day or two before Comic-Con last year, Phil's like, yeah, Crackdown's not going to be there. And it's delayed. It's going to be delayed from November, and it's not going to be on November 7th. And that's the last we heard of Crackdown. But this is my problem with Crackdown 3. Then you got these motherfuckers in January or February showing Game Pass and going, guys, Xbox exclusives or PC Xbox exclusives are going to be in Game Pass. Day 1, we got Sea of Thieves. We're happy to announce Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, and Crackdown 3 will be part of Game Pass when they release day and date. So they trolled out Crackdown 3 in February as another carrot. Here you go, fans. Crackdown 3 is not gone. And now, damn lucky, they don't have a year subscription to Game Pass. And this was the problem I have with Game Pass, because the delays now are going to cost everybody money. Because now when you subscribe, think about it. You subscribe a year for Game Pass, right? Oh, this year I'm going to get State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3. Those are the big games that are going to be in my Game Pass. I'm subscribing this year to Game Pass because those are the games I'm getting. Well, now Microsoft, guess what? You subscribed in February, you subscribed in January. Now you got 2018. Crackdown now gets moved to 2019. What happens if you subscribe for Game Pass knowing that you're going to get Crackdown as part of your Game Pass subscription? Think about it. What happens if you sign up for Netflix and you're like, oh, Stranger Things is going to be this season. They got this one new season. Orange is the New Black this season. You sign up to this yearly subscription. You locked in for a year, and you have expectations of this content's coming. That's the whole reason why you signed up. You know, the year Game of Thrones comes out, you're going to sign up. What happens? You sign up for HBO for a year, and I'm talking about a year subscription. This is lucky that they don't have one, because now that content got pushed out of a year. Now you got to subscribe again or extend your subscription to get the game that you, or the content that you're anticipating. So that model of delaying stuff, especially if you announce it as part of the package, is not good as this whole service subscription thing, because it could bite you in the ass if you delay it, because people are signing up with the expectation. Now, they're lucky that they got the monthly subscriptions, because then you could just cancel and activate and stuff. But I'm sure at E3 they're going to announce like a 3-month package, maybe a 6-month package, because the whole purpose of this is to get people on Game Pass. And believe it or not, everybody, the console is not the future for Microsoft. It is Game Pass. Game Pass is the future for Microsoft. Wherever that's going to be, it's going to be on your Samsung TVs. I don't care where it is, but Microsoft sees Xbox as the app that they want it to be, and Game Pass is that. That's why they're delaying these games. They're taking their time. And I'm going to talk about this in a second, but they're taking their time because they got to make sure that that Game Pass has penetrated. I keep saying penetrated because I feel like, they're fucking us all, but penetrated it. They need that market mind share, and they need Game Pass on as many things as possible. So when they release their games, it's quote unquote economically feasible for them to make these games as a service, because they got more subscribers out there, and the subscriptions could compensate for the games. It's all part of their business. But that is the future. The hardware, they don't give a shit about the hardware. They don't care about the console. They don't care about the hardware. They care about the person, the subscriber. And the subscriber, they want to reach them everywhere they go. Just like, just like a mail client, just like Office. Like, look at Office. Office is on everything. It's on Mac. But like I said last time, Mac's Pages and all that stuff is not on Microsoft. It's not on Windows. Microsoft is trying to be a Skynet. They want to just be like, yeah, we'll be everywhere. We'll touch everybody. The problem is if they're just touching you or grazing you over another thing, but meanwhile, that content owner is giving you like punches, you're going to pay attention to the person who is hitting you the hardest. And if PlayStation, Nintendo are dropping quality games on this thing, Microsoft's going to be second fiddle to this stuff. They might say, oh, that's engagement, but it's half-ass engagement. Just because they're signing into your network, like, and you count them as one, what is the value of that customer? For the one time they log on to Minecraft on the Switch, but the 99% they're playing of Switch exclusive games, or they're playing games on the Switch, that 1% that they log on to your Minecraft servers, you're like, engagement, yay, let's add that number. Trust me, that is just a way to fluff off their numbers. And again, they think that we're foolish. 2 million players in State of Decay 2. 2 million. Guy, the thing is that they think this is successful. The game got trashed upon trash in reviews. My whole thing last week was, how the hell do you release a game that gets trashed in reviews for having glitches and stuff, and then a week and a half later, a fucking patch comes out and fixes it? Why would you send that game out when there's a patch in development that's going to fix it, that could probably give you some extra points? Who the hell is over there? Phil, I don't know what kind of bogus assholes they got over there, that you send out a game to die and think of patching it. And I said this before, they got to stop talking about games as a service, because they are shooting that phrase in the ground. Just like they're afraid to talk about cloud because they got joked and they got laughed out of the house with the cloud talk with games and how we're gonna take your all this little cloud shit and calculate this. The thing is now games as a service is getting that connotation. When you hear games as a service, your eyes roll. But and I know, Frogs, I know that things are being rushed from many companies. They rush them because they figure they could patch them later. But the thing is, you only get a first one time to make a first impression. And if they knew that the games were coming out to fix the game, how the hell do you release that game in the state that it is, and then a week or so later do a patch, and now it basically it fixes a lot of the stuff? I don't understand the logic of that. That shows me that you don't give a shit about your IP. You don't care about what quality you're giving your subscribers. It shows me that you don't give a shit. And that's the whole reason why I started this channel, because Microsoft is showing me they don't give a shit, and then they could tease me with bullshit stuff that they think a lemming would follow. And I'm like, no way. I'm not following that bullshit. And I vote with my wallet, and I trash them on this when they piss me off. So I'm giving it to them from both ends. They're getting a double penetration from me, because you know what? This is not whining. This is telling the truth. And this is the shit that I see being a longtime Xbox fan and seeing them spit on me with the bullshit that they've been spewing. And that's why, you're gonna attract all different types of fans, and people are gonna deny it and protect them and trust them. Thing is that they don't take me out to eat. They don't send me over to E3. I don't hug and dine with them, and I'm sure they're nice people. Just like your boss is nice. Everybody's nice. But when it comes down to doing your job, you fail. And that's where they're failing. Like, I don't have oh, yeah, such a nice person, I'm not going to talk bad about him. No, I'm a consumer. I will buy everything if it means that it's quality and I feel like it's something that I'm going to enjoy. And I haven't enjoyed. It was boring as hell. Sitting there waiting, and then sitting around making stories up thinking, oh, Major Nelson's teasing something this Friday. He's teasing. Oh, they're teasing something. There's something's coming. And it wound up being nothing. It wound up being some Mixer announcement or some PC bullshit. I joked yesterday. Hold on a second. Anyway, I joked yesterday that the Tetris thing, I'm like, holy shit, at least they announced a friggin' game for the platform that they're trying to sell. That's how my expectations are, because now when Microsoft makes an announcement, I gotta wonder, is it gonna be for Xbox? I hope. Is it coming? Is this something for Xbox, or is this a PC feature? Is this? And the fact that I gotta wonder, like, it's not that everything coming out of the Xbox camp is for necessary for the console, and that sucks. That really does suck. And yeah, exactly. For all the bad games, is bad forever. Nobody's going back and re-reviewing those games. Those games are not getting re-reviewed. That game is trash. And look at the Crackdown 3, the momentum that they got going in there. And you know what? I think Crackdown is done. Crackdown, it could come out 5 years from now. It's still going to get trashed on. Crackdown was never this blockbuster game. It was a nice game. It got sold because of the Halo beta. The Halo 3 beta was shipped with Crackdown, and it put Crackdown on the map, and it was an interesting game. It was an open world game from Microsoft. It was pretty cool. Crackdown 2 was horrible. They tried to add multiplayer to it, and they tried to do some zombie thing at night, and Crackdown 2 was a different developer, but it was bad. So Crackdown has never been revered as this amazing game. But then when it showed, the destruction was incredible. But then you hid that destruction away and talked about cloud. And like I always say before, the problem I have with Microsoft is that they use Crackdown. No, Crackdown 1 had the Halo beta. Crackdown 2, I don't think had a Halo beta. But yeah, Crackdown, it really, like, the destruction was the new thing in Crackdown. The destruction was the new thing. That was a thing that was like, oh, this Crackdown's going to be different. But no matter when it comes out, it already has a negative connotation to it. I don't give a shit. And the thing, oh, they're putting money in it. Oh, they're throwing all money at it. That means, know what I hear? I hear, oh, they're making sure this game works as games as a service. And I'm going to tell you, that Matt Booty interview and whatever that crap was, that whole single player thing. Listen, hold on a second. One more freaking spider I killed. There we go. Sorry. Had to kill a spider. Who knows? Flies on my wall. Maybe it's a spider drone trying to listen to me. Some crazy shit. But anyway. Yeah. What I was saying is personally, I'm not going, oh my God, if it's a single player game, it's a success. Yeah, that's why I want single player games. I just want good games from Microsoft. I don't care if they're single player, multiplayer, story driven, fun, explosions. I don't care. It is so bad. We just need a good game. A game that doesn't need an excuse. A game that doesn't need patch 12. A game that doesn't need content updates and 4 teams hired to add fucking fish in the water. No, I don't need compromises. I don't need excuses. Just make a game to sell. And when your competition is just putting out Mario Tennis, shit, there's no like, oh, fuck, we didn't put Donkey Kong in it. Fuck, he'll come later. We got a team working on Donkey Kong. He's coming. No, he's there. He better be there. But like, you don't hear, hey, God of War, oh, fuck, we fucked up Atreus. Atreus, oh, the AI on Atreus, he's shooting Kratos. Oh, man, patch is coming. It's broke. Like, shit just comes out and is good. How is that a hard concept? And how is that a challenge for everybody on Twitter to understand? Just make a good game. And every time Microsoft gets on the fucking microphone, it is service games, 2 billion gamers, PC this, mobile. Oh, our mobile strategy. It is all bullshit. It doesn't sound exciting. It doesn't sound fun. It sounds like you got to put your economics hat on. They're not fun. They're corporate shields. They talk business. They spill that business shit in our games. They're not fun. They're not entertaining. Every single time they get the microphone, they talk bullshit. It doesn't get you excited about anything. It's all this analytical kind of, oh, we got 2 billion gamers. They ate 2 million snacks. That shit's boring. Exactly. They don't, and then those inside Xboxes, it is such a fake thing. It is like the fucking Botox episode of people getting injected Botox smiles. They're fake as shit. Let's scroll down Twitter with big fake smile on their face, thinking like they're the most popular shit in the world. Meanwhile, they're getting laughed at. They filtering out all the negative comments on Twitter, and they got a couple of nice ones. Like, it's fake ass shit. It's fake. It is so fake. And they think that who is that appealing to? It's fake ass shit. And that's the problem. Every single time that they talk, it's boring. 2 billion snacks eaten. Holy shit, I gotta go buy that game. Like, come on, really? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, those things they are boring. Matt Booty's interview, that was not exciting at all. And I know he's talking to tech company and who he's talking to, but they're not exciting. He's not like single player games are important. We believe in single player games. Count on us. He didn't say that. All he did was counter why their games as a service should exist. That's the thing. So if people go, well, he never said, I'm not making single player games. He never said he did. But if you read the sentences, they're always a but statement. So it's like, well, there is a place for 20 to 30 hour single player games, but we look at engagement of streaming and 2-year plans of content. And so, but same, and he ended every single thing about single player to keep face and then said, but. And but means what they're interested in. He didn't say, yeah, we're making single player games and we also think about games as a service. Oh, single player games are important to us. And we're making, no, he's like, there is a place for single player games, but Microsoft's not making single player games. And the thing is, like I said, even if they buy studios, even if they do this shit, you gotta question what the fuck are they coming out with? Because guys, they have not come out with good stuff. That's the problem with them. The quality control over there is all over the fucking place. We got a single player for you. They'll be telling you we're making single player games. Oh, we got a single player, which they never said, but we're making a single player game. And they'll go drop fucking Record 2 on you. And it'll be like, huh? Just like last year, Microsoft, where are the games? Where are your games? We announced 42 games on stage. Did you not see them? I'm very proud of those games. No, Microsoft, where are your games? We announced 40. Didn't you see? 44 games are on stage. No, where are your games? Those some are console exclusive. We announced 42 games. 22 are console launch exclusives. Where are your games, Microsoft? I'm very proud of what we showed on stage. I thought Anthem looked really good. So, where are your games? And that's was E3 last year. Fucking oblivious. And they'll do the same thing this year. They won't show Crackdown. This wasn't the time to show Crackdown. You know, Crackdown wasn't on our stage. We put a lot of investment into Crackdown. We're going to make it better. We'll come back with Crackdown. But I liked what we shown this year. I thought we had a great portfolio. I had the Japanese content out there. I had this. They're going to spin it. Just like last year. We have 44 games. That's the most games we ever had on a stage at one time. It's like, you know what? If you had all those games, those are not the games we're talking about. And they think, and let's go back to the Crackdown thing. They think that Crackdown, they might show it, and know what they'll do as the carrot? They'll show Crackdown 3, and they'll say multiplayer beta coming this November. Because remember, 2 or 3 years ago, we were promised a beta at E3. They're supposed to have beta's coming. That was like 3 years ago. And they'll talk about this Crackdown 3 beta, and they will treat it. They'll put the spin on it as if Crackdown's really coming out. They'll be like, oh yeah, Crackdown beta this holiday, part of Game Pass. And they'll try to take whatever, like they'll try to make us believe that. Meanwhile, the game is delayed to 2019, but they'll talk about Crackdown beta. Crackdown beta is this holiday, and they'll put it in their lineup. Oh, remember, we got Forza Horizon 4 and Crackdown beta this holiday. Yeah, and Eric Smith's right. And then the Crackdown beta, they'll be like, 4 billion buildings were knocked down this weekend. And you got to ask yourself, like, does that mean anything to you? Like, is that what you want? It's not exciting. It's not. And it just seems everything coming out of them is a twist and a turn. And I understand there's PR and you got to sell. They're not going to come out and go, guys, we suck. We're number 3. The Switch is going to pass us. We don't know what the fuck to do with gaming anymore. We just want people to use our tools and hopefully we can stick around, but we're really focused on business and enterprise. They're not going to come out and say that stuff. but the writing is on the wall. And the fact that that checkbook was even closed for a company that is releasing consoles, gaming consoles, shows me that the Xbox is expendable. It is not a core. It never was, but they use the 360 to make it seem that way. And they use the 360 to win gamers from other platforms and be competitive. And now they're not. Now they rather be on the competition's console rather than taking competition players away from them. And they conceded. That's basically what it is. They've conceded. They put up the white flag, kumbaya time, and they're going in a different direction. And everybody has to ask themselves if that's the direction that they want. And I've been saying this. This is what disappoints me about it. And I go, well, if you're playing on the PC with them, like, why are you like so concerned? It's because they did something special with this thing. They distanced themselves from Windows, and that's when they were successful. And they built a fan base, and they got publicity, and they became a excellent brand. And just to see them, have that brand just be kind of washed away, and now it's just Windows gaming, and it's just not that super important to them anymore. And meanwhile they won't tell you that, and they just kind of just go, no, we still care, we're still making games, and we're doing this and that. Know what they're gonna do? Crackdown is gonna be delayed. They'll do a beta, and then they're gonna take some of their known franchises, Halo or Gears, put a spin on it, $40, and give it to you for this holiday. Because they're patient. They're waiting. They're waiting until they could get Game Pass out there. And we all want to do it. That's right. We want to see them succeed and compete. We want the big three. It's not the big three anymore. Microsoft's on its own thing. That whole GitHub thing. I saw people like there's a whole fight with GitHub and GitLab and Google's cloud and Xbox's and Azure cloud. That's where the fight is. It's all about that stuff. And this Satya. Satya is not, he's not into games. He's not very competitive in the space that we want them to be competitive in. Just look, like Surface, the hardware. Microsoft was really into the hardware with the Surface and Windows Phone and the watch, and they were trying to compete. Exactly. And they were trying to compete, and now they're all out of the hardware. Now they're going to the cloud, and again, they want to touch everybody where they like all over, just in whatever they can do, and Havoc and develop a code like in GitHub and stuff like that. And they could buy studios, and I think again it will be boring if Microsoft just comes out and goes, and we opened up a new studio here and a new studio there. We're banking on investment. They'll talk that shit, and people will clap, and some people will be like, "Yay, that's them coming back." But the problem is the track record that they have. I don't have confidence that Santa Monica studio is going to come out with the next Halo blockbuster type game. Not Halo, but like a game of that level. And that's the thing. Who is the person that found Gears and said, I want that there? Who's the one who locked down Titanfall? Like, those people need to come back, and those are the strategies they need to do. But Microsoft sees it as not economically feasible. Instead, and this is the last point I'm going to make because I got to head out, and maybe I'll do one later on today if more shit comes out. But the thing is that they have let's say that they. Now I'm trying to think what I was going to say again, but they basically have the comments that they make about this games as a service, it only comes from somebody who doesn't have that much to show. And not say show at E3, but it doesn't have somebody who's rolling out content. Because the way they speak about games as a service and 2-year plans and stuff, it sounds like somebody who is squeezing for that last bit of juice out of every friggin' lemon that comes out of them. We're going to roll out only 2 games but they're going to have enough kind of longevity that we could roll out the other 2 games. So total, we have 4 games, but we got to squeeze everything out of that lemon, everything from the gamer for that 1 game. With Sony and the other guys they had so much shit going on. They're like, yeah, here's a Horizon. Here's God of War. Here's Until Dawn. Here's this. Oh, and here comes Horizon 2. Here comes another one. Here comes another one. Here comes Dreams. And they could have flops. They could have Tetris and all that shit. But they just keep rolling it out. It's like a rolling out factory of games. And then when they didn't have the games early on in the generation, Sony was out making the marketing deals, making it third parties seem like they were exclusives like Destiny, and getting content from Call of Duty, making their platform desirable to compensate for the lack of their studios to give them time to make games. And Microsoft bet up front, put the content up there with exclusives, but then stopped. They got you at Rise and Sunset and Titanfall 1 and Halo and Master Chief Collection, and they were going. It was good. You know? There were issues with the dashboard, issues with the console, issues with the power compared to the competition for the same price. But the games were coming. But then it stopped. So when people go to compare, PlayStation had no freaking games early. But Microsoft had it and then stopped, which tells me they gave up on gaming. They gave up on it. They're like, fuck it. Gave up on gaming. Where Sony was just ramping up. And that's where I had the problem. So when they talk about games as a service, it sounds like they're just milking it. They're going to milk these games for every single dollar because they don't have a lot of them. And we'll see. And I'll probably do another show later on. But anyway, we go out. And then I want to thank everybody for coming out again. And, we'll see if this Crackdown delay is the truth. But again, it is just another list of disappointment and missed opportunity. And they're going to spin it. They're going to spin it. Yeah, they were doing well. And the resolution, and with the resolution and stuff was the factor. And I'm going to say because they were equal price. Microsoft should have cut the price of the Xbox, $50 lower than Sony, and then there you go. That's why resolution thing is not the thing now, because now you got to justify $100 difference between the 2 consoles, and that's the difference. If Xbox X and the PS4 Pro were the equal price, Xbox One X will win because you're not paying more money for resolution. But now it gets criticized when games come out as equal or the difference is not that drastic between the Pro and the X. Now you got to justify $100 or $50. But again, Sony got them down with $350 now for the Pro, which is only $50 more than their Slim. And Xbox is doing theirs at $200 or $300, and theirs is still $150 more than the thing. It's a big difference between the things, like $50 difference between the Pro and a Slim, and you got $150 difference between the X and the S. So Microsoft is they're all over the place, and they're throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. We'll see what games they got, but I think a lot of exclusive console Game Pass indie games, because those are the developers that will take those risks and do that stuff. But we will see. I'll probably do another show later on, but I want to thank everybody for coming out. Again, we'll see. Again, it's a rumor, so maybe they'll just say it's coming out, and that'll be it. But we'll see what it is. But yep, thanks again, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. This is Jez7780. Like the video, share it out. I'll share it again, and maybe I'll do another video and later on for another rant or something comes out. And I want thanks again for everybody coming out, and I'll talk to you soon.